Building a successful career, it's a lot like trying to build a skyscraper, right? You need a solid foundation, you need the right materials, and maybe most important of all, you need a clear blueprint. But what if you had an expert architect right there with you, guiding every single step? Okay, let's get into it. Let's really explore the power of professional mentorship. So, let me just ask you, straight up, are you trying to build that skyscraper all by yourself? I mean, a lot of people do it, but it's almost always the slowest, toughest path you can take, and it is just filled with trial and error. See, when you go it alone, every single obstacle feels brand new. You end up reinventing the wheel over and over, which just leads to this really slow, frustrating progress and mistakes that, when you look back, were totally avoidable. It really is like you're trying to get through a dense jungle with just a tiny knife. But what if you had a map, right? What if you had a guide who's already been through that jungle? Well, that's exactly where mentorship comes in. And look, it's not just about getting advice. It's about getting a strategic blueprint for your entire professional life. Think of it this way. Mentorship gives you that structure. It's the expert guidance that points you in the right direction. It's the support system that keeps you going when things get tough. And it's those priceless insights that keep you absolutely laser-focused on your goals. And you have to understand, the stakes here are incredibly high. This quote from our source material really says it all. Having a mentor, or not having one, can literally be the thing that decides whether you succeed or fail. And the data shows this too. Some studies show that professionals with mentors are 5 times more likely to get promoted. That's not a small difference. That is a massive, career-changing advantage. So what's actually in this blueprint? What does mentorship really give you? Let's break down the 6 key benefits. Think of this as the professional toolkit you get when you find the right mentor. And this toolkit is absolutely packed. First off, you get personalized guidance and real-world insights that you just can't find in a book. That guidance then puts your learning on hyperdrive. You basically get to absorb all your mentor's hard-won experience, letting you skip years of mistakes. Plus, a mentor keeps you accountable, which is so important for staying focused. And they open up their network, giving you access to people and opportunities you would never find on your own. And when you put all that together, the result is a huge, undeniable boost in your confidence. So let's keep going, because this stuff builds on itself. The benefits go so much deeper than just learning a few technical skills. We're really talking about building that inner strength and those outer connections that truly define a great career. Now, what's so cool about this slide is the contrast it shows. On one side, you've got textbook knowledge. It's foundational, for sure, but it's pretty general. On the other side, you have a mentor's real-world insights. And this is where the magic really happens. We're talking practical strategies, lessons from actual experience, and knowing which common mistakes to avoid. It's the difference between knowing the map and knowing the terrain. And just knowing you have an experienced guide on your team, it totally changes how you face challenges. Their support helps you build this core of self-assurance. You stop second-guessing every move you make, and you start navigating your career with the kind of resilience that only comes from being truly prepared. And beyond just your own growth, your mentor, they're like a key. They unlock access to a professional network that might take you a decade to build otherwise. This isn't just about meeting a few new people. It's about getting introduced to the right people and discovering those amazing opportunities that are never, ever posted online. Okay, so let's bring it all home and look at the final blueprint. You have to remember, this whole process, it's not just about getting your next job or a promotion. It's about intentionally designing your long-term success. It's about architecting something that is truly built to last. And here's the bottom line. Trying to build a career without a mentor is a huge gamble. Yeah, you might end up with something that stands, but it's probably going to have a weak foundation and all these hidden problems. A mentor provides the architectural plans to make sure that what you're building is strong, stable, and designed for the long haul. And that leaves us with one last really important question. And this isn't just something to think about. It's a call to action. It's about designing your own future. So you've got to ask yourself, who are you going to choose to co-author your career blueprint?